Hi guys, we're going to do another one here. Finding slope from a graph. So again, this is a review since we have kind of already done it. We've talked about the graph and how this is a positive slope, this is a negative slope, undefined slope, and a zero slope. So now we're going to talk about how to find the exact slope from a graph. So we've seen it here. I zoom in a little bit. So when you have a line, you pick 2 points. These first few examples, I've already picked our points, and you connect them like this. You go straight down and straight left or right. Slope is rise over run. So that means that your y is over your x, right? We're going to go from here to here, and we're going to count how many spaces it is, right? From here to here is 1. We're going to go from here to over here and count how many spaces that is. That's 2. So our slope for this graph would be 1 over 2. But also note that this is a negative slope. So we have to say it's negative 1 over 2. And that's all you do with all of these, especially when it's given you the points to select. It's pretty easy. You just connect them like this, and then you count 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Right? You're basically just starting at the line and then go to the right. Right? 1, 2, 3. So this slope is a positive 3 over 3. And we know that 3 divided by 3 is 1. So we simplify the fraction if we can. So our slope is positive 1. Let's do a couple more. We know this one. It's straight up and down. That's the nose on Mr. Slope guy. And so we know that the slope, which is m, is undefined. And we write undefined. This one, we have our 2 points. So we're going to connect them. And then we're going to count, starting from the line, right? Starting from this dot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We start from this dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, our slope is a positive 5 over 5, which is also 1. All right. Do a couple more of these where it's giving you the points. A straight left and right. Straight horizontal, that's the mouth. That's the slope of 0. 0 slope. This one, we know it's going to be a negative slope. So now let's figure it out. So 1, 2, right? 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. Straight down and straight left and right. So are you making the mistake of not going straight down and straight left and right to connect these? So your slope is ending up being wrong. So this slope, y, negative 2 over 3. Remember, it's your y over your x. The change in this y value, up and down, over top of the change in the x value, left and right. It's rise over run. And now, let's do a couple more where I'm giving you the points. Connect this one with this one. Count, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 4. So our slope is 1 over 4. So this one looks like I'm going to go this way and up, straight left, straight down. And I'm going to count, that's 1. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. But it's a negative slope, so it's negative 1 over 5. Same thing here. More of the same. We're going to connect these two. Go straight right and then straight down. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my slope is 3 over 5. Positive. This one, 1 and 1, it's 1 over 1, and 1 over 1 is 1. All right. Again, I do think that when I'm giving you the points, I think it's easier because there's no guessing or anything. You just have to go straight across and straight up and down. And then you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. So the slope is 2/5. Always double check and make sure if it's positive or negative. It's easy to forget. This one's negative. So I put this, connect these, count this one's 1, over here is 2. But it's a negative, so my slope is -1/2. Those are really the only tricky things. Make sure that you see if it's positive or negative, and make sure your y is on top. Let's do a couple where you have to find them. You have to find the point. So this tends to be confusing for a lot of people. This one is not. This is a straight left and right line. So that one's pretty easy. That one slope is 0. 0 slope. So when you have to find the point, you want to find a point on a corner because we want to know the exact point. So we want to find a point on this line that's on a corner. So this is on a corner. So that's a good point. This is also good. This is good. This is good. This is good. Right? They're right on a corner of a box. Right? We don't want to pick, let me zoom in. Now I'll do the next one. I'll show you an example of a bad point because all of these are good points. And once you find 2 points, you can stop and you can connect them and find your slope. But for our purposes, let's pick this point and this point first. Let's say these are the 2 we found, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4 going down, 1, 2, 3, 4 going across. So that slope is 4/4, which is 1. Here's the thing with slope. It doesn't matter which 2 points, right? If we pick those and we got 4/4, which is 1, let's pick this one and this one. That would be 2/2. And 2/2 is also 1. Right? So as soon as you find 2 good points, do your rise over your run, and that's your slope. Let's do this one. So this one's a little more difficult to find 2 good points. I'm going to zoom way in. Again, you want to pick on a corner, like, where these lines intersect. So these are good. This one's good, right? You see how this one right here is not good because it's in between. We don't know what this number is. It looks like it could be 0.5, right? This would be 0 on the x, and this point would be 1 on the x, and this one might be 0.5, but we don't want to guess. That's why we want to make sure we get our exact point. All of these points would be good, right? This is no good because it's on the middle of the line. And once we find 2 points, we can just use those 2 points. I just picked them all to show you that all of these would be good. Any 2 of these would work. So if I pick this one and this one, that's 2, 1, 2, and that's 1. So my slope is -2/1. Remember, a whole number is always over 1, so I don't need to write this 1. It's an imaginary, so I can just do -2. Again, now just to show you, again, it doesn't matter which 2 you picked. Let's say I didn't pick these. Let's say I picked those. So I connect them. I cannot write a horizontal line to save a vertical line to save my life. I cannot draw a vertical line. And then we count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, you're starting here. This is my 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to start here. This is my 0. 1, 2, 3. So these 2 points give me a slope of 6/3, which again, 6 divided by 3 is 2, the same thing. All right, let's do, and it's negative. See, it's important to remember to put that negative or not. Right here. There's a lot of bad points because it's a little flat. There's a lot of bad points. So you got to make sure you're on a good point. This point looks good. Again, this one doesn't because it's not on the corner. It's too high. This one's definitely not a good one. Nope, 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 no, because it's not quite here, but this one is. Right, again, I know this gives some students issues, but just remember it has to be on an intersection where all four boxes, right where they meet in the corner. So if it's halfway on a line, that is no good. These are no good because it's halfway on a line. But those two that I picked are good, so I'm going to do my line together. I'm going to start. This is 1, right? And then start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So again, it's a negative slope, a negative 1 over 7. Yeah, let's do a few more. We've done this. We did this a lot, so I don't feel the need to go over it too much more. But I'm going to pick a good point. This is a terrible point. This is a terrible point because it's in between this line. I don't know what these points are. I know what this point is, so this is a good one. It's right on the corner. Terrible, terrible, terrible. This one looks good too. So I'm going to pick those 2 points. I'm going to connect them. And I'm going to count, starting here. 1, 2. Start here. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to remember that my slope is rise over run, so that's going to be 3 over 2. One more. Another one with lots of bad points, right? That's not on the corner. This is good. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. This looks good. And all of these are bad. This one's good. But all of these are bad, right? Because it's right on the corner, so I know these are good. I'm going to connect them. I'm going to count. That's 1. That's 4. My slope is negative because it's a negative slope. 4 over 1. Again, this 1 is imaginary. I don't need to write it. My slope is negative 4. If you're having trouble on this, we can do some more with it, some more practice. I'll do these 2 and we'll end. It's the only hard thing, if you understand how to find it, is finding the good points and just understanding that if it's in the line in the middle like this, that's not a good point. It's got to be where the corner of the box is. So those are good points. This one would also be a good point. And then once you find them, just connect the lines. That's 1, 1, 2, 3. That's 3. And it's negative, slopes m. It's negative 1 over 3. Last one. I'm going to put a point here. That looks good. These are not good. No, 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 no. And that one's good. So I'm going to connect them. And I'm going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my slope, rise over run, 4 over 5. All right, guys. Hopefully we remember this. If you're having trouble, we can always do more later. Thanks.